speaking on behalf of everybody in WWE, let's wish Batista well. Get better, big man. We missed you already.
But now it's time to determine the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Following contest is a #1 contenders match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing in at 170 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
What an incredible opportunity tonight for either Rey Mysterio or the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. The winner of this matchup, Taz, will meet the new World Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Angle, in 9 nights at the Royal Rumble. And this matchup here is one of those matches that has made SmackDown a hit. We want to thank all the great SmackDown fans for making last week's Friday Night SmackDown the highest rated show on Friday in the history of UPN.
Rey Mysterio's got his hands full tonight, Cole. The world's strongest man.
But we've seen Rey Mysterio over the years. He doesn't back down from anybody. This is another David versus Goliath type of matchup.
Yeah, but Cole, this is not just Goliath. He's never faced, he being Rey Mysterio, the world's strongest man, and that's just what Mark Henry is. And Rey Mysterio is well documented, doesn't back down from anybody. He's loaded with intestinal fortitude, nothing but heart. Rey Mysterio. Oh boy, here comes that monstrous Mark Henry.
And from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 400 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Well, the reason Mark Henry and Rey Mysterio were chosen for this matchup tonight is because they were the last 2 men in the Battle Royal last week.
The man who eliminated Batista. He destroyed Batista. And you know, it's the reason why Batista had to surrender the World Heavyweight Championship.
Mark Henry brought into SmackDown to protect Melina. Melina at ringside, watching her big man in action here tonight. So this is what's at stake. Mark Henry versus Rey Mysterio, the winner of the matchup to take on the new World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble. Let's start with Rey Mysterio, Taz. What type of strategy do you use against Mark Henry?
You use your speed in such a high-stakes type of situation, high-stakes big match. Use your speed, man. That's what you need against a monster, a massive monster like Mark Henry.
And you saw Rey Mysterio go for the hamstring, much like he did last week. You want to knock this big Sequoia down to size. Get him on the mat where he's at Rey Mysterio's side.
Well, easier said than done there, buddy.
And if you're Mark Henry, how do you combat the speed of Rey Mysterio?
Don't chase him around, you just slow him down. You want to slow him down, you know, it takes one time. Just if you're Mark Henry, just once. You got to get your hands on Rey once. And I don't think Rey's going to escape it.
And here's Rey Mysterio again, working on that hamstring of Mark Henry's hung up in the second rope. And Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. If you're Mysterio, you'd like this matchup to go on a little bit, because obviously Mysterio probably in better condition from a cardiovascular standpoint.
That's I don't know. I mean, you're talking about a former Olympian and Mark Henry. He's the world's strongest man. I mean, the heart's a muscle, his heart's strong. You know? Oh, Melina better be careful here. No, Mark Henry right in front of us.
Mark Henry
You can't explain. Now, people at home watching this on television, you can't explain how big this guy really is.
Well, there's some of the quickness perhaps you were talking about in Mark Henry as well. He grabbed Rey Mysterio, yanking Mysterio out of the ring and into the barricade.
Watch out.
This with a clothesline, and Mysterio scoops out of the way.
Think, that's it. Using his brain is Rey Mysterio.
Oh, and look at Mysterio. Drop kick to the sternum. And the big man's teetering.
He almost knocked him down.
Watch out, the second rope.
But Henry's still not down.
Rey Mysterio is rolling. A championship opportunity at the Royal Rumble hangs in the balance when we return to SmackDown.
And Rey Mysterio keeping the pressure on Mark Henry right here. Watch out, watch out.
Oh, and Mysterio just ran into a brick wall, ladies and gentlemen. And now Mark Henry is in control, and Melina realizes
Well,
it.
the problem is, though, that brick wall moves. And very quick, I might add.
Let's take a look at, watch this impact. Can you describe to anybody what that feels like?
No, I can't. I've never been hit by someone that big that fast. But that's all it takes if you're Mark Henry to get control here and control and slow the match down to your pace. And that's just what the world's strongest man is doing.
That's a near 400-pound man splashing Mysterio in the corner. And the world's strongest man.
Melina's loving it. She got that devilish look on her face. Oh, what the hell?
Look at Rey Mysterio looking on the hamstring again. Mysterio showing signs of life here. The never say die attitude of Rey Mysterio. Oh, man.
Got caught. Watch out.
Face first with one hand.
See that?
Mark Henry palmed Rey Mysterio's head and with one hand slammed him with a ferocious force to the mat below.
Well, I'll tell you what, these SmackDown fans trying to encourage Rey Mysterio and getting to the head of Mark Henry. And now here comes Mark Henry on the prowl. Oh my God, no.
Oh my, come on!
That's 400 pounds right on the abdomen of Rey Mysterio.
You can hear Rey Mysterio just groaning in pain. Oh no, don't do
watch
this.
Out.
No,
It's over, Cole.
That's it. The splash, nobody home. Mysterio rolling out of the way.
I thought Mysterio was going to be just a blue and gold splat right in the middle of the ring.
And Rey Mysterio trying to make it back to his feet, and he does. The big man's down at the mat, center of the ring. Mysterio kick to the side of the head. Rey Mysterio trying to build momentum, get a little bit of life here.
Well, that's it. You got it. That's the thing. Bring the speed. But can Rey do that? Rey's been bounced around pretty hard here by Mark Henry.
Rey Mysterio doing all he can. Into a vicious clothesline.
Oh my Lord! Wow.
Mysterio knocked for a loop.
How the hell is Rey Mysterio going to recover from that, Cole? Since he's been back, Cole, he looks more motivated, more focused, more vicious, bigger, faster.
Oh, look at this, using the ropes for leverage.
Oh my God.
400 pounds into the chest, the lungs of Mysterio.
Mark Henry's digging it. I think Mark Henry is trying to crush the sternum and breastbone of Rey Mysterio here. Again, these SmackDown fans are getting to the head of Mark Henry, trying to root on Rey Mysterio.
Following the lead of Kurt Angle a little bit earlier on tonight. Oh my, look at this. Rey Mysterio hung up on the top rope. Mark Henry makes that look so easy.
Oh, when you're that strong, Cole.
Punting Rey Mysterio off the top rope to the floor below. And it's just a matter of time, ladies and gentlemen, before Mark Henry's heading to the Royal Rumble to meet Kurt Angle for the World Heavyweight Championship.
That's how high the stakes are in this match. This isn't just a match. The winner goes out for an opportunity to face the champion at the Royal Rumble. That's a gigantic stage, Cole.
Mark Henry stalking Mysterio, stomping on Mysterio, now dragging Mysterio back to the ring.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio is not in a good way right now, ladies and gentlemen. And you're looking at Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. He might just go on to a victory here tonight.
You can see the confidence just growing in Mark Henry by leaps and bounds as this matchup rolls along.
He should be confident. Mark Henry's got Rey right where he wants him.
Watch out, watch out! Look at nobody home. Henry went for the victory. Nobody home as Mysterio rolled out of the way. Melina trying to get Henry back into this thing, but Mysterio may have an opening here.
Oh, right back. Go back to a poison dance right there. Going right to that leg. Watch out.
Oh, my. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
Mark Henry.
Look at this.
Crushing Rey Mysterio with ease.
Listen, you read my mind. Watch out. Rey's in trouble. He's got to get out of this, Cole.
Rey Mysterio nearly 10 feet in the air here.
Look at this.
Mysterio, though, landed on his feet. Took the big man out at the knee.
Oh, he clipped the back of his leg, the hamstring he's been working on. The oak tree's been chopped down.
Rey Mysterio out to the apron.
Do it quick,
Mysterio! Oh, caught in midair.
Shades of last week. Oh, my God, Cole. That happened last week. Oh, no.
Oh, and this time Mysterio hung on. And I believe Henry got caught up or something in the top rope.
He did. Oh, my God.
This drop kick, springboard drop kick.
Didn't knock him down, though.
Mysterio trying to knock. And look at the 619 to the back of Mark Henry.
Right to the lower back, but Henry's still standing.
Mysterio with everything he has with that 619 to the gut of Mark Henry.
When you're out of breath, man, that sucks to get hit in the gut.
The big man is down to his knees.
Oh, my God.
Is Mysterio going to be able to pull off right here?
Can Rey pull off this hat trick? Oh, yes, he can.
619 connecting. The end may be near.
God, Cole, don't tell me Rey can win this thing.
Rey Mysterio senses he's closing in on a victory.
Rey versus Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble, Cole.
Mysterio
For the championship.
out to the apron. These fans chanting for Eddie, trying to will Rey Mysterio on.
Everyone here's on their feet. All the SmackDown fans, and Rey's on his feet. He's flying.
The frog splash, paying homage to his buddy Eddie Guerrero. And then Mark Henry.
What the hell is this?
And look at the roll through by Mark Henry.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
Here's the cover. Mark Henry is heading to the Royal Rumble to meet Kurt Angle for the title.
Your winner and the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, Taz, showing not only is he powerful, but he's extremely athletic. He has tremendous balance. I cannot believe the sequence at the end of that matchup.
Well, let me tell you something right now. Mark Henry's going on to face Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble for the championship. No doubt that's big. But you're right, Cole. Look at Mark Henry putting a bad mouth on Rey Mysterio. Cole, you're right, man. I'll tell you what. That series of moves that Mark Henry did was pure athleticism. I'm sitting here, I'm shocked that big animal, that monstrous, massive Mark Henry was able to pull that. How the hell did he do that?
The following contest is the casket match. Now in this match, the first man to put his opponent inside the casket and close the lid completely will be declared the winner.
For the first time in WrestleMania history, we will have a casket match. And there is the object that will be used to end this matchup here tonight. The casket, slowly, eerily, brought to the ring by the Druids.
Massive casket.
Well, in order for The Undertaker to win this matchup, he is going to have to somehow put the massive physique of the 400-pound world's strongest man, Mark Henry, inside that casket.
Or vice versa.
And speaking of Mark Henry, I will never forget what happened last month on Friday Night SmackDown. Mark Henry costing The Undertaker the World Heavyweight Championship.
Making his way to the ring from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 400 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
His manager, Daivari, is not here tonight. He was taken out at Saturday Night Main Event by The Undertaker after a tombstone pile driver on top of a casket. But this man here, Taz, said a few weeks ago that he fears nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, those are strong words by a strong man. The world's strongest man, to be exact, and that is who Mark Henry is. Mark Henry claims as he looks at that casket, which quite possibly is his fate, that he does not fear the casket and he does not fear The Undertaker.
This is the man who took out Batista. This is the man who pinned the World Heavyweight Champion Kurt Angle a couple of weeks ago. This is the man who you saw splash The Undertaker through the announce table and also splash Kurt Angle through a table a few weeks back. He is indeed the world's strongest man.
Mark Henry looks ready. Mark Henry knows he's going into a nasty fight with the dead man.
Undertaker is 13-0 at WrestleMania. It is an absolutely amazing streak. One that will never, in my mind, be beaten. It's much like Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak, or the Dolphins' perfect season, or the Celtics' string of world championships. It is a feat that one man has accomplished. That man, the Phenom, the legendary, the sure-to-be Hall of Famer, The Undertaker.
And 9 out of 10 times, this is the point before the match that The Undertaker's opponents lose, because they're in fear of the dead man. And as you can see here, Mark Henry doesn't look to have much fear on his face. He's talking some trash earlier as the dead man was walking out here.
Mark Henry says he fears nothing. But let's take a look at the list of the men who have fallen at the hands of The Undertaker over the years. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Jake the Snake Roberts, the Giant Gonzalez, King Kong Bundy, Diesel, Psycho Sid, his brother Kane twice, the Big Boss Man, Triple H, Ric Flair, the A-Train, the Big Show, and Randy Orton. The Undertaker, undefeated, unstoppable at WrestleMania.
Afraid. Mark Henry is not afraid. I'd be, tell you that.
For the first time in WrestleMania history, The Undertaker does not have to be pinned or made to submit to lose a matchup. In this casket match, there are no rules. You must beat your opponent so badly that you roll him or throw him into the casket and close the lid. That's how you win the thing.
Absolutely, and the thing is, Mark Henry, I'll tell you what, he's got that confidence thing on his side, and usually when someone has the confidence, no matter if you're a team or an individual in a competition, you know, you can usually win it because you believe in yourself.
The Undertaker has a tremendous history here in Chicago. In fact, at WrestleMania 13, The Undertaker won the WWE Championship here. He would love to continue the legacy tonight.
See the look in the eyes of the world's strongest man. Here we go.
Mark Henry ambushing The Undertaker from behind. Perhaps wise strategy by Mark Henry.
I think it was a great move by Mark Henry. For 1 second, the dead man took his eye off the game and off of Mark Henry and got caught. And now Mark Henry bringing the power, bringing the offense.
The Undertaker made the challenge for the casket match. Mark Henry did not blink. He said, bring it on, big man. And here comes the man who deadlifts nearly 1,000 pounds, driving a right hand into the head of The Undertaker. Mark Henry.
Look out, watch you!
But there's the veteran, The Undertaker with a big boot off the ropes. And that is like, oh man, he couldn't even knock the big man down.
No, and it's not often that The Undertaker can't knock somebody off their feet.
For a third time, The Undertaker knocked off his feet.
And you can see Mark Henry extremely intense here tonight at WrestleMania 22.
Choking The Undertaker again, ladies and gentlemen. There are no rules in the matchup. That's why the referee is not in the ring. There are 2 referees stationed at ringside next to the casket. Their job will be to close the lid as we take another look at the impact of the world's strongest man. Watch and listen.
That's a clothesline.
Did you see 400 pounds of Mark Henry landing on the back of the neck of The Undertaker? Here's a man who competed in the Olympics nearly 10 years ago, Mark Henry. But this is a much different man, Taz. He is a man now. He's not a young kid. He is a man, Mark Henry, with a vicious side of him.
And you're about to see the vicious side of him. Oh, he blocked it.
Undertaker blocked it, followed it with an elbow. And it's Mark Henry bouncing off the steps.
Still hasn't knocked him off his feet. Oh, he blocked it himself.
Undertaker.
Oh, my God.
Driven to his knees.
You hear that?
Undertaker, Undertaker.
Every time Undertaker tries to get back on top, it's Mark Henry.
Got that power advantage, that strength advantage.
Mark Henry's got it. You hear the Undertaker chants here in Chicago. Taz, Mark Henry.
There's the casket, by the way.
Mark Henry has a chip on his shoulder. He believes he should either be champion or be battling for the championship. He thinks it's the Undertaker who cost him the championship opportunity. And look at Undertaker with the right hands.
Bringing those big old soup bones the dead man is. Uppercut right to the jaw. And now look at this, Undertaker going with that arm wringer. Might be going to school here. Cole might be going a little old school in the Windy City.
Mark Henry with a right hand in the gut. Driving the elbow in the back of the neck. Seems like Mark Henry is meeting the Undertaker at every turn.
Yeah, seems like, you're right. It does seem like Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, is maybe a half a step up ahead of what the Undertaker's got in mind.
Mark Henry focused, and now he's calling for the
casket.
Calling for the casket to be open.
The size of that thing. It looks like a shed, not a casket.
Again, you got to put your opponent inside that casket to win this matchup and close the lid.
Well, it might happen. That thing is gigantic. Look at the size of those chains. And look, the Undertaker might be going in that thing, Cole.
And here's Mark Henry driving that boot 400 pounds into the sternum, the gut of the Undertaker, trying to push him, trying to force him into the casket. Undertaker doing what he had, a desperation move to stay in the game.
Like a low blow there, right? You know, it's all good, all good. Basically no rules. Just got to get your man in that casket. Now the lid gets closed because no one's close to it. Bam! What a straight right hand by the ever strong and powerful and thick 400-pound Mark Henry.
Undertaker whipped across the ring into the corner. Here comes the 400-pounder, runs into the boot of the Undertaker. Caught him, I believe, in the shoulder.
Quite possibly the shoulder. Yeah, looks like that. Looks like Undertaker now bringing that arm and trying to dislocate that rotator cuff or the AC joint in his shoulder. Went for it before. Can he get it now? Going for old school.
Undertaker going for old school again. This is vintage Undertaker. The balancing act on the tightrope. Delivering the blow to the shoulder. But again, Mark Henry is still on his feet.
Undertaker has not yet knocked Mark Henry off his feet in this match. Hooked the head and the arm here.
Ooh, look at that.
Well, we've seen Dead Man go for a move like that where he drives his opponent on his forehead. Nice counter by the world's strongest man.
Mark Henry just seems to have everything the Undertaker has in his game plan scouted out perfectly.
Whoa. Henry just said open it. And you hear the Henry sucks chants here in Chicago.
What's Mark Henry gonna do here?
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Nobody home. Mark Henry landed feet first in the casket. Undertaker with a right hand.
He's still standing.
Undertaker could be moments away from going. Now Undertaker in the casket.
What the hell? They're both in there.
Well, what do you do if the lid's closed on both of them?
Well, Mark Henry still has not been knocked off his feet. Both men are in the casket. Mark Henry wearing out the dead man.
Trying to beat the Undertaker down. Mark Henry.
What's going on?
Well, he's got it. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Got goozled.
Mark Henry in trouble. Undertaker with an elbow.
Back elbow to the face, straight right hand again. Undertaker building momentum, and both men are still standing. Well, now one in the casket.
Undertaker driving Mark Henry back into the ring.
That could have went either way there when they were both in there.
Right hand by the Undertaker again. Another right hand of the world's strongest man. Undertaker trying to build a little bit of momentum. And he's caught.
Wow.
And driven to the mat below. There's no pins, though.
That's
no
right.
pins, Mr. Henry. You've got to put the man in the casket.
Mark Henry just by instinct went for a cover. Well, Mark Henry's never been in a casket match before, right?
Exactly.
Well, you know, it's not your typical type matchup.
Well, it's natural instinct for anybody in the ring to go for the cover after a move like that. And now, the Undertaker is down and out. Mark Henry trying to roll him into the casket. Undertaker.
Whoa.
Again.
Standing up again. No, it's the dead man.
Back to his feet. Mark Henry hung up on the second rope.
Well, the Undertaker, kind of like a hot shot of sorts across the throat with that second rope of the ever thick bull-like neck of Mark Henry.
Undertaker with the right hand. Could this be the opening that the Undertaker has been waiting for all match long?
Nice headbutt. Oh, to no avail again. Mark Henry again. He has not been knocked off his feet, right? Oh! Answer your question.
Well, he brought himself off his feet.
Yeah, I meant knocked off his feet. Undertaker never knocked the guy down. That's what I'm saying.
Undertaker back to his feet as well. Big right hand. Undertaker's in trouble. Mark Henry, if he can defeat The Undertaker tonight, Taz, would cement his name in WrestleMania history. This is a defining moment for Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, who's been giving The Undertaker all he can handle.
What the hell? Mark Henry's never on no ropes. Look at this.
Can you imagine the force being driven into the side of the head of The Undertaker?
Mark Henry.
Oh my! A last ride! A last ride out of the corner by The Undertaker!
Kinda. That was close. I mean, that's a lot of power by that dead man there. Like a running powerbomb, I'm thinking. Let's see if he gets him up higher.
This is the last ride of the world's strongest man. Undertaker's version. I guess, as you said, he can't get him up any higher.
I don't know how much he tried, but look at this.
Mark Henry under the lid of the casket.
If the lid would have been open, Henry would have been in there. What woulda, coulda, shoulda, but didn't.
Undertaker suddenly has the advantage. He has been through a battle here tonight. He will not soon forget The Undertaker.
Oh my God!
Undertaker!
Holy cow!
Undertaker launching himself.
Watch this. Air dead man.
For 13 straight WrestleManias, The Undertaker has given us a memory we can all relive, and that was another one.
That was amazing. Holy damn near 7 foot tall Undertaker flying through the air like a damn 767. Holy shoulders! No way, look at the power!
This is 400 pounds!
Stone! Oh my God!
Stone pile driver!
That has gotta be the end of it. Holy cow!
The lid is open!
Well, who says Mark Henry's the world's strongest man? And now look at this goal!
Mark Henry! Rest in peace!
Holy smokes!
Here is your winner, The Undertaker.
The Undertaker is 14-0 at WrestleMania. The amazing undefeated streak continues.
A very, very physical matchup, but The Undertaker, as you pointed out, again, undefeated at WrestleMania. Holy cow, I can't believe it. Tombstone, Mark Henry, unbelievable.
Mark Henry gave The Undertaker all he could handle. The Undertaker back on top. The Undertaker back in the title picture, I believe. What a performance by the dead man.
The following contest is a triple threat match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the ECW Championship.
Step up, Ricky. Yes, sir. Somebody gonna get that. Somebody gonna get that. What you play? Somebody gonna get that.
Well, what you're looking at is a man 6'1", 400 pounds, baby. The world's strongest man.
No question about it, and his name is Mark Henry. The only thing missing from his resume, Taz, is a major title. He is a man with that lean and hungry look tonight.
Now we got a triple threat.
Well, the Big Show needs no introduction, that's for sure, and someone who is certainly familiar with championships, a two-time WWE champion.
Absolutely, and a WCW champion, a multi-time World Tag Team champion. Coincidentally, once with Kane, also an ECW champion, was the Big Show and a United States champion.
And he, of course, earned the right to compete for the ECW championship by winning the Singapore Kane match on One Night Stand.
Well, yeah, a match which contested 5 former ECW champions with a Singapore Kane in hand, and the Big Show didn't need a weapon. He's a walking weapon. but the world's largest athlete was victorious then. Will he be tonight?
And he gave that look to Mark Henry like, you want some of this? Come get it.
Well, that man right there, 7 feet tall, Mike, 323 pounds, ECW champion. And the Big Red Machine's a former WWE champion, an Intercontinental champion, multi-time World Tag Team champion. And as I said, now the current ECW champion.
And after last week's WWE 2008 draft, he is now a member of Raw. This should be something special.
You better reinforce the ring, baby. A lot of weight there.
Over 1,200 pounds of angry athletes.
Introducing first, standing 7 feet tall, weighing 441 pounds, The Big Show. And from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 392 pounds, is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. And weighing in at 323 pounds, he is the ECW champion, Kane.
And Taz, we should mention that you don't necessarily have to pin the champion to win the ECW championship.
Well, here we go, and that's a great point, Mike. As you see, ECW champion Kane, you got to assume he realizes what you just said. He knows he's a marked man here. Oh, speaking of Mark Henry just drilling the Big Show. Every man for himself here, though. Whoever gets that pinfall first, no matter who it's on, is the new ECW champion.
But they're going to see nothing fancy here. These guys are all about ask no quarter, give no quarter, and Kane giving out a little pain. So agile, so flexible for a man 7 feet tall.
Oh,
but then so is the show.
Well, yeah, Big Show, 440 pounds. Damn near giant-like. I mean, come on, Big Show, the only man ever to be WWE champion, WCW champion, and ECW champion, and the largest athlete in the world, baby. He can throw hands.
Guy who has dabbled in amateur boxing, the Big Show, and he knows how to use his fists. But right now, it's Kane doing that.
Whoa! Oh! Might be the world's largest DDT. Here we go. Well, Kane trying to get a quick pinfall for a snap DDT on the Big Show. Didn't work.
Meanwhile, Mark Henry trying to get back into the ring. Wow! You talk about strength. Well, you know, this is like a scene out of Jurassic Park almost.
You're not kidding. It's like we got a T-Rex, a Brontosaurus, and give me another dinosaur. I don't know.
Triceratops.
That'll work. Right now, Kane has got to try and get to a vertical base if possible. I think Kane might have got hurt out here. Kane's having a hard time getting up. But
grabbing that left knee.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wow, now you know why.
Maybe his back or his knee or something. Kane.
Show doesn't care. He said, now I've got Mark Henry right where I want him, one-on-one in the center of the ring.
And as I stated, every man for himself, or every monstrous mastodon for himself in this case. I mean, God, what gives here? 400-pound world's strongest man or a 440-pound giant?
Again, Mark Henry looking for his first major title. This would be a huge coup if he is able to pull it off against the likes of the Big Show and Kane.
Imagine being caught in a headlock by a man as powerful as Mark Henry. Oh! Wow.
I mean, that was 450 pounds bouncing off the rope, and Big Show didn't even flinch.
Like two big bulls just colliding. Most men, when they get hit by Mark Henry, go down, not the Big Show.
And where's Kane, you ask? Right in front of us.
Here we go. Go!
All Show needs to do, he doesn't have to extend his arms to deliver a clothesline. Just a big shoulder, look at this! Wow, have mercy.
How impressive is the world's largest athlete.
He is just toying with Mark Henry right now.
It's like a trainer and doctors coming, checking out the condition of the ECW champion Kane, and gotta point out, triple threat right here, no countouts, no disqualification, so watch the power and strength here of the Big Show. Look at that, oh my God, look at that. That's like lifting up like a Volkswagen.
You know how hard that is to do? I would have no idea, but just going from a dead stop like that, unbelievable. Meanwhile, Kane still in front of our broadcast thing.
Table.
Table? It's not a thing. It is inanimate, which makes it a thing, but
Well,
it's
I'll
our
tell you
broadcast table.
What is a thing, and that's that large head of the Big Show who just headbutted Mark Henry. Oh! Kane was trying to get to his feet a moment ago on the outside, and
He waved away the doctor and said, hey, nothing's wrong with me, but he falls back
down
on his posterior.
Right. Well, right now, Kane has got to try and survive for his own title here. He's got to try and get back in the ring if possible. Well, look at this Big Show now goozling Mark Henry. Powerful Mark Henry just chopping down the arm of Big Show off his throat.
And successfully getting him off his body. Here comes the Show off the ropes. Oh! Looking for the clothesline. Both men go down.
It's like a semi hitting a dump truck. Good God. Oh, yeah, baby.
And that crowd you hear is for the Big Red Machine because he's getting back into the ring.
Well, no, I think Big Red Machine, ECW champion, is going to do a little flying, baby. Watch out. Oh, my God.
How does a guy 7 feet tall do that? Boy, he means business. He gathered himself when he was outside of the ring and now delivering out punishment.
Took advantage of the no count out deal here in the triple threat match. And ECW champion cooking on all cylinders, but can't run full speed. Got to assume that knee is messed up and backed up on him. But tell you what, oh boy. Got caught in the bear hug by a big, strong bear.
This is like being in a giant king-size vice when Mark Henry gets that. Oh, man! Next to Kane, has anybody deliver a straight shot leg like the Big Show?
Well, big boot like that to the face. No. Uh-oh. Well, Mark Henry.
Double choke slam. Can he survive this? Wow.
Here we go.
Here's the cover.
And Kane saving his own title right there. Look at Kane.
Now he's going to try to get it.
Again, you do not have to pin the champion to become the champion here. Uh-oh. Former tag team champions.
This rivalry actually began to intensify a little bit last week, as we saw when Big Show was doing commentary with us, Taz.
Absolutely. Well, well, right now, Kane realizes the Big Show's in the hunt after his ECW championship. Kane is able to peel off move after move, and you know the man, you got to assume the man, Kane, is not 100%.
Despite the fact he gets off that right boot and delivers it to the jaw of Show, goes down.
Wait a minute. Came up a little short. Here we go.
The choke slam, only the Big Show. We got the cover. This could be it. Oh, how did Kane get out of that one? Show can't believe it.
I can't believe it. The intestinal fortitude of the ECW champion named Kane. Oh!
How did you get up, man? How did you get up? Usually when a Show has a man in that position, it's all over, but not when you're going against the Big Red Machine.
Look like Big Show trying to nail a back suplex.
Now he's got a cover again. He hooks the leg. This could be it. So close, but yet so far.
Might be some frustration building up in the world's largest athlete, the #1 contender. Well, now we have two in Mark Henry for the ECW Championship.
Great point, Taz. Uh-oh, Kane coming to life again while Joe getting on the ropes.
Well, that's uncharacteristic.
He didn't even blink at that right hand. Look at Kane, look at this. Oh, my God. Here comes Mark Henry. 450 pounds splash, and that's it. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
Here is your winner and the new ECW champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Well, we had our first title change hands here at Night of Champions. Mark Henry makes history. Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, is now the new ECW champion. Holy smokes!
In a match of mastodons, a brawl of behemoths, Mark Henry returns to glory.
A very proud Mark Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was September 22nd, 1996. 15 years almost to the day that Mark Henry debuted in the WWE. His debut match was against the man sitting to my right, Jerry the King Lawler. And King, the question is, did you ever think that this day would come where Mark Henry would be so dominant?
Well, I didn't really have any doubts once, I don't even know what kind of move he did. I think it was just a simple shoulder block, but it knocked me completely through the ropes, out of the ring, and next thing I know, I was face first up against the metal barrier. I knew at that moment that this guy had big things in store for his future.
There's been so much talk about Mark Henry and his devastation, especially to this man, the champion Randy Orton. Booker, the question is, have we all forgotten how dangerous the Viper really is?
Let me tell you something, the Viper, I like to call the Viper that man because he can do it all. He's totally well prepared for this matchup tonight. But my question is Mark Henry gonna do to Randy Orton like he's been doing to everybody else? That's the question.
And you know, Jerry, Randy Orton has this uncanny ability to survive. He's a 9-time world champion.
I'm not taking one thing away from Randy Orton, but you know, if you remember last Monday night, good old JR said, and I have to agree with him, at this point in time, I think that Mark Henry is the most dangerous man in the entire WWE.
Tell it like it is, dog. Tell it like it is. Let me tell you something, man. In my prime, I would not want to meet a guy like Mark Henry. Not this Mark Henry. The old Mark Henry, maybe, but this Mark Henry, forget about it.
Yeah, I thought it was very telling Friday night on SmackDown when Mark Henry referred to injuries and bad opportunities, and he even admitted that he just didn't cut it, that he wasn't ready to be champion. I think Mark Henry's put that all in the past.
You know, that might be true. I remember, you know, it was 10 years before I got my first World Heavyweight Championship match. And I'm going to tell you, you only get one chance to be great in this business. I took that chance. Mark Henry's going to have to take it tonight.
Introducing first the challenger from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 418 pounds. He is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. And from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the world heavyweight champion, Randy Orton.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Championship as we know it has been a part of the WWE for nearly a decade. And some of the greats of all time have held this prestigious championship. Triple H, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, Batista, Edge, and well, the man sitting next to me has held this title on 5 separate occasions, Booker T.
You know, I brought that championship here, you know. Booker T is responsible for this championship right here. Let's see if they can make me proud here tonight at Night of Champions.
This is going to be a great one. Randy Orton, 6'4", 245 from St. Louis. Mark Henry, 6'4", 490, or I should say 398 from Silsbee, Texas.
Just added 100 pounds on this kid. What are you talking about?
Here we go, and there's the power of the world's strongest man to kick things off.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Randy Orton with straight right hands, gonna have to use his quickness, not gonna be able to outpower the challenger in this one.
Randy gonna have to stay on his toes pretty much point blank.
And look at Randy, right to the knee, smart strategy to start, bring the big man off his feet.
Very, very good idea. I was wondering just a few seconds ago, what is Randy's strategy going to be? So far, so good. Get that huge man off his feet.
I mean, he got the big man off his feet early, too.
And I think the thing about Randy Orton, he always plays mind games, and Orton delivering the knee to the temple of Mark Henry. If he can take, oh, man.
Oh,
Mark Henry,
goodness.
and again,
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Randy Orton using the mind games to frustrate Henry early. If he can put some doubt into the mind of Mark Henry, Orton's gonna have a great chance to win this match tonight. Booker, I think the thing about Mark Henry has been so confident because he's been on such a roll. I think if Orton can cause that confidence to wear you a bit, he's got a chance. But there's the
Wait
power.
a minute.
And Randy Orton again, and Mark Henry went for the RKO, did Orton, in a block by Henry. Oh, and what a big kick to the skull.
See, Cole, the thing is this right here. Randy Orton, he can beat on Mark Henry all night long, but Mark Henry, you know, it just take one shot, one big shot, and it can be all over with tonight. Mark Henry can walk out the World Heavyweight Champion.
Let's go back and look at how this match started, showing off his power and his strength was Mark Henry. Then this big boot to the face of Randy Orton and got things going early Mark Henry's way.
You know, I thought it was a mistake for Randy to just tie up with Mark Henry, but he got in the box pretty quick. I'm loving it.
You know, we saw an example a little bit earlier of what you've been touching on for weeks, Booker. You have said outright that you don't think Randy Orton can RKO Mark Henry.
You know, I don't think he can get, you know, the big man in position. And the thing is, if he
look at this, look at
check
this.
it out.
Going for the World's Strongest
Slam.
Slam. And Randy Orton. And it looked like Mark Henry is going to put a bit more emphasis on
Randy
that one.
with a
Sleeper
sleeper
hold.
This could work on you. I don't care how big you are.
I'm going to tell you, that's a great strategy right there by Randy Orton, trying to cut the air off from this big man right here.
Mark Henry was not expecting this. Randy Orton with a sleeper hold from out of nowhere. The champion's done his homework, and Mark Henry may be fading.
I'm going to tell you, Randy's got that. He's got it locked in.
Well, Mark Henry, though, powering his way to the corner to force the break.
Well, you're right. I mean, that just Mark Henry using that tremendous weight advantage to his advantage there. And that's what we talked about earlier, Booker. I don't even know if... Oh!
Whoa! What a right!
Did you see that?
Bear paw of Mark Henry just swiping at Orton.
That's what I'm talking about right there. It doesn't take but one shot from a man this big, 390 pounds. Oh, man. Mark Henry's on a mission.
Watch this, and then, I mean, boom! This almost knocks Randy Orton into the third row.
Okay, but we want to remind everyone of the rules, and Mark Henry is very cognizant of this. He cannot win the championship via countout or disqualification. So Mark Henry needs to get the champion back into the ring to try to pick up a pinfall or submission.
Watch out.
Going to do further damage.
Man. You know, I gotta give it up for Randy Orton. After Friday night, I mean, Randy Orton could have took the low road and not even showed up tonight. But Randy Orton, being the world heavyweight champion, he's showing me what he's made out of right here tonight.
And what Booker T is talking about is the fact that, well, it was Randy Orton and Mark Henry Friday night destroying the Cutting Edge program. Chaos ensued, and Mark Henry again beating Randy Orton down like he's done over the past couple of weeks.
My point I was about to make earlier was some of the things that Randy Orton does the best. I mean, that he's put away so many superstars with, like that RKO, like when he drapes his opponent across that second rope and DDTs him. Yeah, I don't think it's physically possible to do it to Mark Henry.
And look at Mark Henry. Mark Henry continuing to inflict pain on the champion.
Oh, he's going to break Randy Orton in half.
Randy Orton almost Gumby-like wrapped around that steel post.
I always said what makes Randy Orton special is his patience, but I don't think he's going to be patient enough to just take a beating like this all night.
Mark Henry has got to be very, very careful. He can ill afford disqualification here. Right. Mark Henry utilizing almost the entire 5 count of the referee.
Mark needs to get back in the ring. I mean, he's worked really hard to get to this point, to be in this position to become champion. Stay in the ring, get it done, become champion, walk out of here tonight, kid.
Well, there's some serious damage been done to the lower back now. And even more so from look at this.
400 pounds. And that was Mark Henry.
Somebody get the defibrillator for that boy, Randy Orton.
Mark Henry is now playing the mind games with the champion. Almost like he's toying with Randy Orton.
Oh, my.
Mark Henry going for the big splash. This is over. This is over. Mark Henry, the world champion, off the splash. Randy Orton powers out. But how many more of those type of moves can Randy Orton sustain tonight?
That is the question right there, Cole. I don't think he's going to be able to just keep taking this beating and this beating and this beating from this big man.
Oh, and what a headbutt.
Well, the only thing about Randy Orton being able to kick out of something like Mark Henry just delivered is Mark's got to be thinking then, hey, can I win the big one?
Randy Orton is called the apex predator of the WWE. I think he may have run into a much bigger and hungrier predator here tonight.
But every time Randy can avoid defeat, it may put that doubt into the mind of Mark Henry.
And there. Oh, it's a sinister smile on the face of Mark Henry. And again into the cover, hook to the leg on Randy Orton. And I don't think Mark Henry expected a victory there. That was more to show Randy Orton that he can pin him when he wants.
A lackadaisical cover.
That's the thing right there. Mark Henry needs to just stay business on this boy. If he want to get a win, don't go out there and play with him. Just get him out of there, big man.
I agree with you. This is about the world championship against one of the all-time greats, a 9-time world champion in Randy Orton.
It's like any sport. The longer you let your opponent just hang around, instead of putting them away when you can, bad things can happen. Gotta have that killer instinct.
That is gonna be like this.
Well, if you can catch what Mark Henry said, but he said, I told you it's gonna be like this.
That's confidence right there. If Mark Henry could
You know, Booker, why shouldn't he be confident? He took out the Big Show. He took out Kane, did Mark Henry. He has completely physically dominated Randy Orton at every turn for the past couple of weeks. There's been no man that has been able to stop Mark Henry. And Orton still with fight left. The great champion trying to get back into this.
That's one thing right there. Randy Orton, he's not going to quit. By no means. Randy Orton, he is the world heavyweight champion for a reason.
You're right, he's not going to quit. Oh, I was about to say, maybe just getting started, but...
And Orton, missed! That could be the opening the champion needs.
And that could have been it. At the same time, Cole.
Randy Orton digging down deep. Man. And now it's Orton's turn to dole out punishment.
Mark Henry trying to block some of those shots, but unsuccessful. Ow!
Randy Orton, he's supposed to be disqualified. He won't let Mark Henry out of the corner. And that would be a cheap way for Randy Orton to get out of this matchup here tonight, retaining his title via disqualification.
Randy Orton goes for that big clothesline, but it didn't take big Mark Henry. Once again, did not take Mark Henry off his feet.
Yeah, but Mark Henry missed wildly with that one, and the drop kick did the damage.
We normally see a little power slamming right there, but Randy had to.
Yeah, but look at this. How wise is Mark Henry rolling out to the, well,
Beautiful.
Wait a minute. I don't know how wise it was, because he put himself in position for Randy Orton's pimping DDT.
Well, this is what I talked about. I don't know if, well, we're not going to see it there, because I don't know if it was going to be physically possible for Randy to do that.
That was smart by Mark Henry right there. Lord Randy Orton in position right there, because I think he knew Randy couldn't pull him in and hit him with that DDT from that position.
Mark Henry has the champion of the world's strongest slam.
that is it.
Mark Henry gonna win his first title. Randy Orton kicked out.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me.
Okay, Mark, you cannot get frustrated now.
Oh, yes, he can.
He can't get frustrated.
Maybe he can't win the big one.
That's
He
not
can
a-
get frustrated, and he is. Look at his
That's not a
face.
good look. That's not a good look from Mark Henry right there.
Randy Orton did say that tonight was going to be symbolic of Mark Henry's career. 15 years is the world's strongest failure. They were Randy Orton's words.
And what happens if Mark Henry in this match loses his confidence?
Well, Randy Orton's about to be crushed. Mark Henry, 400 pounds to the second rope. Randy Orton, the Viper, is about to be smothered by Mark Henry. Oh, and Randy Orton countered. And the Viper back to his feet. And here comes Randy Orton. Randy Orton to the knee.
Great move right there.
DDT.
Great move to put the big man in position to hit him with that
Here we
DDT
go.
from the middle.
Randy Orton is finding that spot. Can you move into the higher gear?
Can you believe this? Randy Orton.
Oh, how wise was that? Again, Mark Henry well, I thought he was out of harm's way. Randy Orton again gonna attempt the DDT.
I don't think he can do
I
it.
don't think so either, King.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Randy Orton did it.
Whoa.
Randy Orton did it. Randy Orton planted Mark Henry.
I've seen it all now.
Orton into the cover. Randy Orton. Hey, look at Mark Henry. Arm to the bottom rope, breaks the count.
Well, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Mark Henry doing anything to save himself.
Let me tell you, that was smart by Mark Henry. Grab that bottom rope, break the count, live for another day.
Yeah, but Randy Orton is starting to find the spot. The wheels are turning. Orton getting comfortable in his space.
And that could be a mistake. You don't want to get comfortable with this big man, this grizzly bear.
Oh, and look at Mark Henry. Mark Henry. Almost like he was playing possum, to use the old cliche. Randy Orton just took his time coming in, and Mark Henry playing defense. Mark Henry just took Randy Orton's leg out with one kick to the knee.
He took the momentum away from Randy as well in this match.
Let me tell you, as powerful as Mark Henry is, it doesn't only take one shot, and Mark Henry he's up on his feet right now.
Such a different Mark Henry than we've seen in the past. Mark Henry doing everything he can, and look at Orton. As Mark Henry stares down at his wounded prey. The Viper is hurt.
Can't even pull him well. Uses Mark Henry to pull himself to his feet.
Oh, and Mark Henry. Oh, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous situation for Randy Orton.
Mark Henry's about to fulfill his dream tonight,
You're
guys.
right, Booker. He is feeling it.
Mark Henry is going to become world heavyweight champion tonight.
Randy Orton had a tough time keeping up with Mark Henry on both feet. How's he going to do it on one?
But look at the defiant Viper. That look in the eyes of Randy Orton. Said, come on.
RKO counter again.
Not just big man.
Mark Henry.
Here we go. We going to school and it's all over with.
Mark Henry. Mark Henry is the world champion.
You gotta be kidding me.
And the new world heavyweight champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
The 15-year odyssey is over. be damned!
You know, I felt like this was Mark Henry's night. Like I said, you get one chance in this business to be great. Mark Henry took that chance tonight. He will go down as one of the World Heavyweight Champions here in the WWE. Well, it's a big show. It's a big bad show tonight.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks ago was the emotional return of the Big Show. He was the first man to join Mark Henry's so-called
Introducing the challenger, standing 7 feet tall, weighing in at 441 pounds, the Big Show.
Anyhow, before Kimmel interrupted me, surprised he didn't have a donut in his mouth. Big Show is the first member of Mark Henry's Hall of Pain. When Mark Henry crushed Big Show, causing a broken fibula. Ever since Big Show returned a couple of weeks ago, Booker, he has used that injury to really drive him to try to win the world title.
Big Show came back, like you say, he was very emotional, almost broke down in tears, and that's what's motivated the Big Show.
And from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 412 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Booker, we've seen Big Show put Mark Henry through the announce table with a choke slam. He knocked him out this past Friday night on SmackDown with that big right hand, the weapon of mass destruction. Do you believe that Big Show is in the head of Mark Henry?
You know what? I really don't think he's in the head of Mark Henry. Totally playing mind games with Mark Henry. But Mark Henry last week did something to that young man. What's his name? Parkour. I'm gonna tell you, Mark Henry is ready to hurt somebody. You know what? John Morrison, yeah, the parkour kid. Yeah.
Well, if you ask me, you talk about getting into the head of Mark Henry. I think Mark Henry, just looking at his face, I think he has a V5 phobia.
What's that?
That's a fear of giants.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're watching this World Heavyweight Championship match all over the world here tonight in places like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Austria, and of course our men and women of our U.S. Armed Forces watching all over the world and on our ships at sea on the American Forces Network.
Mark Henry just showed what it was really all about. That gold title, that big piece of gold right there that the referee is holding up, that's what it's all about. And trust me, I know all about it.
Well, and it's also about vengeance. And you mentioned all our armed forces and ships at sea. This is going to be like two ships passing. No, they're not going to pass tonight. They're going to collide.
Well, nearly a half-ton of humanity in the ring in this matchup. Combined 897 pounds.
Did you see that lockup right there? These guys are going at each other like two rams, that lockup.
World's strongest man, Mark Henry, the world's largest athlete, the Big Show. And look at Mark Henry with the upper hand early.
Oh, Mark Henry just shoved the Big Show. Oh, there's a block. Oh, Mark Henry better watch out for those big, massive hammocks.
There go that right, there go the right and left. That's what Big Show is going to have.
Mark Henry is down in the corner. Big Show unloading on Mark Henry.
Whoa.
And Mark Henry has got to head for cover.
Big Show with a flurry of lefts and rights.
A barrage from the Big Show.
I'm gonna tell you, Big Show got a mean right hand. He's got a mean jab. That left hook is not bad as well. Big Mark Henry better watch out tonight.
You know, Big Show has a fist that measures 15 inches. That's like the size of a sledgehammer head, and he's using that to unload on Mark Henry.
Well, did you see it? Did you see his fist earlier next to the head of Matt Striker?
Remember, Big Show has got some boxing experience as well, and he unloaded on Mark Henry moments ago.
And Big Show
look
is
at
not through unloading.
Look at the strength of Mark Henry. The Big Show.
Mark was trying to catch a breather right there, but the Big Show is not having it tonight.
Big Show just lifted 400+ pounds of Mark Henry over the top rope.
my gosh!
And then a super kick to the jaw,
Wow.
and the world champion is retreating again.
What about the agility from the world's largest
Look
athlete?
at Mark Henry right here. This is very, very smart. Slow the action down. I mean, don't get in there and just get overzealous. Think about what you want to
Booker,
do.
I don't think he's.
I don't either.
think he's doing this intentionally.
No.
I think he's out
You
there
don't think
because
so?
no. I think he can't believe he just got hit right under the chin with a super kick.
I'm gonna tell you, he's in no big hurry to get back in that ring.
And one thing I've noticed about Big Show,
Wait a minute. Get out of the way, boss.
Give my title, winner!
What's he doing?
Mark Henry just asked for the title.
Is he leaving? No.
Big Show realizes he's got to win the championship via pinfall or submission. Count out does not help him.
I think Mark Henry was ready to call it a night.
I think so too. And Mark Henry.
Whoa! Look at that right there. Mark Henry, that's smart. Go low on this guy. You already hurt him there once. You know he can't be fully healed. Take advantage of the situation.
And there's, look at this, strongest man, near 500
Did you see?
pounds.
I mean, he just turned Big Show right there.
What I like about this is Mark Henry, almost like he suckered Big Show into following him outside the ring, and since then has shifted the momentum in the match.
Didn't I tell you Mark Henry had a strategy? Slow it down, load the big man in, take advantage of it.
This is amazing to me. I mean, these guys are doing moves like Evan Bourne and Kofi
Exactly.
Kingston out here.
Check this out right here. Mark Henry is the strongest man in the world, and he just showed it right there. You gotta be kidding me.
Remember the fractured fibula caused by Mark Henry to the Big Show, and Mark Henry is targeting the injured leg.
That is smart.
And again, 400+ pounds.
I mean, Mark Henry, if Mark Henry just do the job and do it well, he will get rid of the Big Show tonight.
Yeah, take a look at how Mark Henry started on the leg of the Big Show. Oh, and just wound up with a flying elbow drop from Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry is just continuing to dissect the leg of the 7-foot Big Show.
I mean, but how impressive was that slam? I mean, Mark Henry just hunched the Big Show up and dropped it. Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
And now Mark Henry's got his entire body wrapped around the leg as he continues to torque the pressure on Big Show. Mark Henry with those huge 36-inch thighs wrapped around Big Show's leg. Big Show can, even with that 84-inch reach, cannot quite get to the bottom rope.
I don't think Big Show's going to submit or give up right here from this, but this is wearing the Giant down.
I'm gonna tell you, I know Big Show wanted to get back into the fight, get back here on SmackDown, but there's no way that injury could be totally healed 100%.
You're right.
There's no way.
Maybe too soon. Too much too soon.
This has been great strategy by the World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry, who continues to impress.
Come on, show what he say.
And the beauty of this in Mark Henry's mind is, even if he doesn't get Big Show to submit here,
Look at this
now
now.
look at the strength of Big Show trying to turn it
Whoa.
inside out. But has the damage been done? Is Big Show going to be able to put weight on that leg and use his power to his advantage?
We're going to see right now.
And no, he couldn't. The leg gave out. Mark Henry into the cover, and Big Show's got to roll the
Let
shoulder
me tell you
out.
something. That's going to affect the Big Show for the remainder of this match. I'm just hoping that he can pull it out, but somehow.
And there goes Mark Henry. Right back to that targeted area. Oh, man, look at that. Oh, the Big Show's ankle and knee are not supposed to bend that way.
Imagine the pressure here.
Mentally, this is the only way Big Show is going to get through the pain of this right here.
Jerry, and think about this. We've seen Mark Henry. We've seen him take steel bars over the years and bend those bars in half. That's what he's doing to the leg of Big Show.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful. You could hear something snap. You could hear that fibula or that tibia snap again.
Tell you, Big Show is not quitting tonight. Mark Henry know he has his hands full. That's why he's not rushing into anything right now. Know he can get caught.
That was an amazing scene right there. These two big men locking eyes and like two rams colliding.
Man, What a sight that was.
Talk about survival of the fittest.
That was just total defiance on the part of both of these huge men. Look at this. Watch them just run right, give each other their best shot.
These are two of the largest men in the world. Nearly 1,000 pounds colliding.
You just saw Big Show just block all the pain out and just went full force towards that big man, Mark Henry.
And Mark Henry did as well, and they both had the same thing on their mind. They both went for a massive clothesline. They both hit it.
I don't know if Mark Henry wants to get into a slugfest with Big Show. Big Show and Mark Henry, now the headbutt by the big man.
Big Show hits you just right with that big right hand to hit him. It's lights out.
I'm gonna tell you, if he turns that back foot, it could be over with, King.
Headbutt after headbutt after headbutt. Mark Henry still on his feet.
Come on, big
5
right hand,
big
big
right
hand.
headbutts, and the clothesline will take Mark Henry down.
Look at Big Show. I mean, like I said, he's just fighting through the pain right here. Big Show is unbelievable.
How's Mark Henry getting up so quick?
Mark Henry
Pretty unbelievable himself.
in trouble. The world champion. His reign could be coming to an end.
But Big Show still favoring that left side.
Big Show got him! Big Show got him!
Oh, the Big Show is calling for it.
Mark Henry, the world champion, in trouble. Trying to make it back to his feet. Look at Big Show measuring his man, looking for the choke slam to put the champion away.
Here he goes!
Choke slam!
It's over with.
New champion!
Big Show has done it.
And Mark Henry powers out.
Wow.
We've talked about the 15-year battle to get to this point for Mark Henry. Mark Henry not going to allow the championship to go away that easily.
I'm going to tell you, Mark Henry powered out with authority right there. That was a huge kick out from the world heavyweight champion.
And you just could read the look, the expression on the face of the Big Show. He battled back himself from injury.
Big Show is loading up the weapon of mass destruction.
That headlock right there. That WMD.
Oh, and Mark Henry. Mark Henry now. Oh, strongest slam to the 500-pounder. And Big Show kicks out.
This is ridiculous. You gotta be kidding me. The Big Show just kicked out.
Mark Henry cannot believe it.
I can't believe Mark Henry got Big Show up to put him in the slam. What?
Yeah, what is it going to take?
Mark can't believe it. No one has never kicked out of the world's strongest slam. You gotta be kidding me.
I mean, now Mark Henry's wheels have got to be turning. What does he do now?
Hit him with another one.
Yeah, but can you? I mean, it was one feat to do it one time.
Now what's he thinking?
I'm gonna tell you, when Mark Henry landed that world's strongest slam, I can actually feel a tremor.
Guys, what is Mark Henry doing? Is he this desperate? Is he going to try to go to the top
You gotta
rope?
be kidding me.
What
Will those
the
ropes
hell?
even hold him?
Henry up on the top rope. Big Show's got him as well. What the hell is going to happen here? Choke slam! Big Show into the cover. Choke slam from the top rope. And Mark Henry kicked out again.
You gotta be kidding me. Mark Henry just kicked out of. Wow.
Mark Henry tried to go to the top. He was caught before he got there, or as he got there, and the Big Show delivered a massive chokeslam from the top rope, and somehow Henry survives. How did he do that, Cole?
I have no idea. Now it's Big Show's turn to look on in disbelief.
Wow, that was something else right there. But Mark Henry kicked out. That was even more unbelievable. You gotta be kidding me. These guys are going at it tonight. It's about the World Heavyweight Championship. You gotta love
This
it.
is like something out of Transformers.
Look, he's just thinking, what else can I do to this monster? Guys, don't tell me.
Oh, Big Show.
What are we seeing here?
Where is Big Show going?
Oh.
And now it's Mark Henry
Wow.
playing defense.
Man, I hope this ring is reinforced.
Oh, no. Don't
Because
tell
if
me.
this happened right here, this could be.
Look out!
You gotta be kidding me. show's over.
The ring imploded.
Wow.
Oh my God, look at this.
The ring is destroyed, and here's why. Oh!
1,000 pounds of force. Unbelievable. Shocking.
Wow! Look at that.
Wow. You gotta be kidding me.
Now what?
Well, back to live action. The doctor has come down to the ring to check on Mark Henry and Big Show. The official is trying to figure out
Yeah, what do you do now?
what to do here.
I mean, do the match continue or what here?
I don't know, but they're signaling for help.
Wow.
Somehow Mark Henry has rolled over, but I don't think Big Show's moved yet.
I mean, did you see the Big Show whiplash? I mean, his body just reverberated. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Somebody's hurt her now. Watch this. This is absolutely astounding. Oh man!
Look at the Big Show right there. I mean, his body just.
And look at the ring. Just it's destroyed.
There's no way we're not going to be able to use it. That's not going to work. We're going to need to get a card. We're going to need
I think our doctor is trying to explain that there's no way that that's going to be. The Big Show is going to
The gurney
fit
there.
on that stretcher.
Exactly, and now you see they're bringing a golf cart down with that flatbed in the back. And now there's obviously concern on your left, John Laurinaitis, the interim general manager of Raw, SmackDown general manager Theodore Long on your right.
Well, I'm anxious to hear what they're going to decide to do here. I don't know what can we do. All we got to be concerned about here is the Big Show and Mark Henry. Are these guys all right?
I'll tell you, Big Show took it real hard right there. Mark Henry had to take the brunt of it as well. I mean, both of these guys took it real hard right there.
The Big Show came all the way over, landing on the back of his head and his back.
It's almost a double impact for the Big Show as well. I mean, he hit twice. And then the ring imploded. And
The thing is, these are two super heavyweights trying to pull off a move like that. I mean, it was a great test. Mark Henry put it off, but he's suffering from it right now.
And it's an encouraging sign that these guys are able to move at all. Mark Henry's,
you see
Mark
Teddy
Henry's
Long.
hurt.
Yeah, you see Teddy Long telling Mark Henry, "Be still. Allow medical personnel to get over here and help you out."
No, come back.
He's gonna bring it back. He's gonna bring it back.
Doc, are we going to be able to get them both on there? Just one? No, just one. We're going to get one on. Yes.
We saw the Big Show leave once before like this back
Take
in
it easy,
July.
okay?
Yeah.
get him out of here? Okay, start the card. Yeah, you guys.
Slow down, slow, easy, slow.
Give him somewhere for some x-rays. And now the concern obviously turns to Mark Henry, the world champion.
Take it real slow, okay?
Watch it. Take it easy with it. Come on. Wait.
Oh, no.
All right, take it easy. All right, come on. Come on, take it easy. Come on, let's get him up. Let's get him up. Come on, let's get him up. Okay, let's get your feet moving. Let's get a little feet. Got him. You ain't know. Mark, we're trying to help you. We're trying to get you to the hospital. Come on, man. Come on, we're trying to help you, Mark, please. Come on, let him help you. Let him help you, Mark, please. Let him help you. Ain't nobody help. I'm a champion. Nobody.
Let him help you.
Teddy, we got him.
Come on, you got him? Come on. Come on, Mark.
Henry just refusing help. That's maybe one of the most amazing things I have ever seen.
Come on, Mark, please, let him help you. Come on, Mark. Okay, whoa.
Well, that may be the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Following contest is the steel cage match, and it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now this match can be won by pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage and having both feet touch the arena floor.
Well, we've had a lot of fun here tonight, but it's time to get serious. Daniel Bryan is excited. Daniel Bryan mentioned that he pinned Mark Henry last week. Daniel Bryan's confident. Doesn't care how strong Mark Henry is. Sooner or later, everyone taps.
Daniel Bryan on a WWE.com exclusive this week says he knows 17 submission maneuvers that he can apply to Mark Henry's injured leg and ankle.
And we mentioned that Daniel Bryan, a submission expert, the new WWE magazine ranks the top submission specialist in all of WWE. Number one on the list, Daniel Bryan and his label lock.
And why is that important? Because inside a steel cage, you can win via escape, pinfall, or submission.
And remember, Daniel Bryan has not cashed in his Money in the Bank contract.
We'll get to that story in a moment. Look at the size of this man. Over 400 pounds.
You'd be hard-pressed to disagree that no one has dominated the WWE over this past year quite like Mark Henry. Dominant, destructive, and creating mayhem wherever he wants.
Well, totally unfair that General Manager Theodore Long of SmackDown has made Mark Henry defend the championship on that bum leg tonight inside a steel cage. The leg and ankle there taped, and after an assault and attack by Big Show back at Survivor Series.
No mercy!
I would not want to be Daniel Bryan tonight, however.
We've been chronicling how this match came about throughout the night. But Mark Henry is cleared to compete. Well, Theodore Long did the right thing last week. We'll talk about that in the Money in the Bank situation throughout this matchup.
Introducing first the challenger from Aberdeen, Washington, weighing in at 210 pounds, Daniel Bryan. And from Silsbee, Texas, weighing in at 412 pounds, he is the World Heavyweight Champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
You know, Josh, I do want to bring forward a point that Teddy Long said last week, that the winner of this matchup here tonight will defend the World Heavyweight Championship at the TLC Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view in Baltimore, Maryland in 3 weeks from Sunday, I believe, December 18th. So it's Daniel Bryan versus Mark Henry here tonight. Bryan has got to stay away from Henry because Henry, oh, look at this.
And now, Daniel Bryan quickly trying to escape the cage and become world champion. Of course, you can win the championship, Daniel Bryan can, by escaping the cage or making Mark Henry submit or pinning Mark Henry.
Yeah, if he goes up over the top, both feet hit the floor, he can go through the door as well. And again, Daniel Bryan cannot be cornered because Mark Henry will pick him apart. Bryan needs to use his quickness. He needs to keep Mark Henry off balance on that bum leg.
We showed you earlier how Daniel Bryan earned this opportunity against Mark Henry inside the steel cage, defeating 3 superstars in a fatal 4-way match last week on SmackDown.
And again, we mentioned earlier, Daniel Bryan knows how to attack the injured leg. 17 different submissions can be applied, but he's got to get Mark Henry in position to be able to do that.
So objective number 1 for Daniel Bryan would be to get the big man off his feet, get the World Heavyweight Champion down.
Ooh. Oh, and look at that. With one arm, that big bear paw, literally slamming Daniel Bryan into the side of the steel cage, and already Bryan showing the effects.
And Mark Henry!
Oh, man!
Just like that, Mark Henry has taken over. It's not looking good for Daniel Bryan inside the steel cage with the world champion. Mark Henry has been dominating the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship, Daniel Bryan, inside the steel cage, as we welcome you back to the SmackDown Live Holiday Special.
You know, this matchup has been billed as David versus Goliath, but this time it was Goliath using the slingshot. Watch this. Mark Henry literally slinging Daniel Bryan into the side of the steel cage, and it has been Mark Henry who's using the cage as a weapon effectively here tonight.
Mark Henry doing what he has to do, dominating Daniel Bryan, keeping Daniel Bryan off of his feet. Mark Henry coming into this match, Cole, not 100%.
Yeah, not at all, because Big Show, after Mark Henry, many say, got himself intentionally disqualified at Survivor Series 9 nights ago. Big Show went off the deep end, and he tried to do to Mark Henry what Mark Henry did to him. He locked Mark Henry's leg into a steel chair, and then he dropped his 500-pound frame onto that ankle.
And that's why the Big Show is next in line for a World Championship opportunity at tables, ladders, and chairs in just a few weeks.
Yeah, against the winner of this matchup here tonight.
So somewhere the Big Show's watching this performance by Mark Henry.
And again, every time Daniel Bryan tries to build some sort of momentum, he's running into brick walls everywhere. Mark Henry came to the ring tonight focused. He was screaming, no mercy as he came into the cage.
And Mark Henry has now called for the cage door to be open. If Mark Henry leaves, both feet touch the ground, Mark Henry's still the world champion. There it is!
Oh, and Mark Henry trying to walk out triumphantly, and Daniel Bryan saving the match for the time being. Once they move away from the ropes, and look at Mark Henry again, manhandling Bryan, and there's a wicked clothesline!
Daniel Bryan turned inside out.
Now what happens now that Mark Henry is...
Mark Henry just falls on Daniel Bryan, and Bryan somehow survives.
And the steel door was closed again after this.
Just pure strength by the World Heavyweight Champion. So let me ask you, is this too much for Daniel Bryan being just locked inside the steel cage?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about the injury to Mark Henry all week long, but again, I think it's just people holding out hope that Daniel Bryan could pull off something. I mean, he's in there with a 400-pound world champion.
And again now Mark Henry has called for the cage door to be open.
Yeah, look at what he's hanging on to. Daniel Bryan keeps hanging on, and he's hanging on to the bad ankle of Mark Henry. Why strategy for Bryan?
Henry down to both knees. Mark Henry's been taken off his feet.
And this is what we said Bryan had to do from the beginning. He had to get the big man off his feet, and he had to target the injured ankle. Oh, man.
What are you going to do, Mark Henry?
And it's lucky there. I don't think
Daniel Bryan looking to escape perhaps the cage. Looking to go up and over and become world champion.
Oh, well. Where goes that to? Oh, no. Oh, man.
Massive clothesline.
Talk about squashing the rally. Oh.
Clearly, you can see just how much pain Mark Henry is in here tonight.
And again, the attack by Daniel Bryan to the ankle moments ago.
Mark Henry is ripe for the taking here tonight.
Yeah, but can Daniel Bryan capitalize?
Again, Mark Henry gingerly trying to make for the cage door. Once again, Daniel Bryan picks the injured ankle of the world champion.
Oh, and that hurt Mark Henry more than it did Bryan, perhaps. Mark Henry now limping around the ring once again on the attack.
But once again, the cage door shut and locked by the official.
And again, escape, pinfall, or submission. The only ways to win here. And Mark Henry, who's dominated this matchup early, is showing the signs of the injured ankle, and you can't help but feel sorry for the World Heavyweight Champion, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry is, why is that? Why would you feel that you can't feel sorry for Mark Henry?
Because he's been forced into this match by general manager Theodore Long, and I heard a lot of suspicions, and a lot of people said that many doctors wouldn't have ever cleared Mark Henry for this matchup here tonight, but Teddy Long used a certain doctor who did.
Mark Henry continues to try to dominate Daniel Bryan now. Perhaps the window of opportunity open for Daniel Bryan. Bryan looking for the LeBell lock.
Oh no, submission maneuver
Daniel
here.
Bryan can lock this in right here and become world champion.
Yeah, but he's got to get those massive arms locked in on Mark Henry. So there he is.
Mark Henry's locked in the LeBell lock.
Is Mark Henry going to tap out?
Daniel Bryan could be moments away from becoming world champion.
The longer this hold is in, the more damage it's going to do for the champion. Mark Henry, well, he had one choice, and that was to use his massive strength and body to try to work his way out of it.
Shoulders down. And Daniel Bryan versus ankle lock coming.
And again, another submission maneuver.
Mark Henry's going to tap out.
Daniel Bryan with it locked in. Mark Henry trying desperately to hang on. What an upset this would be, one of the biggest of all time.
Mark Henry rolls through. And again relying on the power.
Mark Henry survives for the time being. But again, Daniel Bryan's done tremendous damage to the already injured leg of Mark Henry.
It is amazing what Daniel Bryan has done here in WWE, a former United States champion, SmackDown's Mr. Money in the Bank, exceeding expectations of a lot of experts. Daniel Bryan can become world champion right now if Bryan escapes.
Yeah, look at Mark Henry trying somehow desperately to keep Bryan in, and he does. There's the power and strength of the world's strongest man. I can't believe this. I can't believe Mark Henry was trying to scale the cage. What is Bryan doing?
Escaping the cage.
Come on, Mark, grab him. Mark Henry. Bryan, oh man, he was just a few feet away from falling to the floor and winning the championship.
A limb away was Daniel Bryan from becoming world champion.
And now Bryan, it looked like he was going for the Hurricane Rana. But again, great resolve from Bryan. Do it! Mark Henry's hanging on! Mark Henry's hanging on literally by one arm!
Ooh. Vicious headbutts from Mark Henry.
No! World's strongest slam!
Bryan down! Bryan out.
Here's your winner and still the World Heavyweight Champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Ladies and gentlemen, say what you want about Mark Henry.
You can put your guard down. John, I want you to stay. There's something I want to tell you. I want to tell the boys and the girls in the back. And all of y'all. I respect everybody that loves this business. I respect all the people that work for this company because I know how difficult it is. I was a seasoned veteran
in 2002 when this man right here came in. And he's doing an awesome job. I figured if y'all forget me, you would at least remember this coat. Y'all gonna have me out here crying all night. But John, at the rate that you're going, you're gonna be the greatest WWE champion of all time. And if I had any regrets at all about my career, I've been world heavyweight champion, I've been ECW champion, I've been the strongest man in the world. I've had a lot of success. I mean, nothing like the success that John had, but I think I've done pretty good for myself. Which, thank you. Which leads me to the reason that I'm out here, to formally retire from the active roster of the WWE. Thank y'all. One more match from one of the better crowds that I've been in front of in the last 5 years.
That's the only championship Mark Henry hasn't won.
A small town, Silsbee, Texas boy done proud. Also, John, I'm gonna give this back because this is something you gotta earn. Thank you. I got a chance to travel the world twice, 3 times, quadruple times over. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm doing enough crying for everybody. But I stand before you a proud man. I'm on the road close to 200 nights a year to my beautiful wife, Jana. I think you'll see more of me than you want to. And to my son, Jacob, who's a fanatical wrestling fan. Some of y'all seen him on Twitter. And my little girl, Joanna, oh, not Mae Young, dummy. To my little girl, Joanna, who cries when I leave home. Baby, I'm coming home.
the tank. And that'll be mine soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was here in Philadelphia 17 years ago in 1996 where Mark Henry had his first WWE match. It was in your house mind games, and his opponent sitting to my left tonight, Jerry the King Lawler. Jerry, did you know at that point in time Mark Henry was going to be the legend that he is today?
I didn't know too much after about 3 minutes into the match because Mark Henry sidestepped me, swatted me in the back, and it knocked me clear out to the front row of ringside. My face was up against at that time we used the middle of retaining walls, and I just looked up and I thought, where in the world am I? This guy was so strong, so massive. He was, yeah, I knew he was very special.
He is in his zone tonight. Mark Henry has never been WWE champion. The most prestigious title in all of sports entertainment. 50 years old. Mark Henry hopes to win the gold and solidify his legacy tonight.
When Mark Henry lifted what was they thought unliftable Thomas Inch dumbbell, it was called the most impressive feat of strength in history.
Well, forget his lips, read his shirt. The champ is here.
We can argue about this all night long, but in my mind, you're looking at one of the greatest WWE champions in history. 11-time champion, a combined 1,200 plus days as champ.
King, you had Mark Henry's first match. John Cena won that first championship for me. We knew he was going to be something special. I don't think anybody knew he was going to be this great.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from Silsbee, Texas, weighing 412 pounds. He is the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
I think Cena has a question mark on his face. There's some doubt.
And his opponent from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 251 pounds, he is the current WWE Champion, John Cena.
Perhaps the most polarizing individual in WWE history. And John, to your point, wouldn't you have a question mark this past Monday on Raw John Cena tried to deliver his attitude adjustment to Mark Henry, and he collapsed under the weight of the world's strongest man.
When you can't do the one move that you know is your home run move, you gotta have some doubt.
Just looking in that face of Mark Henry's creating a lot of doubts. Look at that.
It is electric in the Wells Fargo Center for the WWE Championship. John Cena, Mark Henry.
Cena's reluctant to come out.
You saw the wide open eyes of Henry.
Right into that big
That
knee.
is why.
Henry wants a methodical, slow pace to be able to punish and destroy Cena. Cena needs to stay away from the world's strongest man.
I disagree with you. Mark Henry doesn't care the pace. He just wants to win the title. My hook, my crook, it doesn't matter. This is about legacy.
Henry claims he deserves to be WWE Champion.
That battering ram of the head of Mark Henry. Everything on this guy hurts.
I don't agree with that. I don't think anybody deserves to be the champion. I think you have to earn that championship. You have to win it.
Henry says the championship will validate his career.
I don't think I said he deserved to be king. If I did, I misspoke.
No, Michael Cole said that Mark Henry felt he deserved to be champion.
Henry said he'd sell out his mama and his family for the WWE title.
He pretty much sold out the family when he used them as that part of that elaborate hoax to get his hands on Cena.
And Mark Henry first cover of the matchup and a near fall on the champ.
But it worked. Mark Henry's here in the championship. He got what he wanted. And to Mark Henry's point, John Cena has rules he lives by. Mark Henry does not.
Oh, big head.
Mark Henry, remember, said that there's lines that John Cena won't cross because of his goodness. Mark Henry said he'll cross any line to get what he wants.
I saw that last week.
Man, this is dangerous.
Yeah.
John Cena.
Mark Henry understands he can't let Cena be counted out.
Yeah, Henry's got to pin or get Cena to submit to win the WWE Championship.
While Mark Henry was right after him, going to take no chances here.
Got to happen in the ring as Mark Henry continues to try to inflict punishment. There's the strength of the world's strongest man, and John Cena rim first out of the steps.
This is looking like an old-fashioned East Texas beatdown.
John Cena was uncharacteristically tentative when the matchup started. A reason why. Henry, cover. Can he win the title here? Cena's got to power out, but every time he powers out now, it's going to bother the midsection of the ribs.
Oh, you're right about that. Look at this one more time. Oh! John Cena dropped right across those steel steps.
World's strongest man is hell-bent on one thing, and that's becoming WWE champion.
Mark Henry. Just time across the back of the neck.
I know Mark, all those 17 years he's been here, I've never seen him more focused.
Again, rolls into the cover, isn't enough, but every time Cena, and Mark get frustrated here, but every time Cena kicks out, it's forcing Cena to expend more energy. Listen, Mark Henry's no dummy. He knows what Cena's got heart, he's got resilience. He's not an 11-time champion for not having that. Martin realizes he's gonna have to beat Cena down to take the title tonight. And Cena trying to muster some offense for the first time in the matchup tonight.
Look at that drop
kick, but Henry's still on his feet.
Look at face, Mark
And
Henry.
he runs right into the wall.
That big drop kick from John Cena, you see it very seldom, but it didn't work. Didn't even phase the huge Mark Henry.
Mark Henry, who at a Money in the Bank pay-per-view a couple of years ago crushed the ankle of the Big Show. Look at this. Mark Henry just slinging Cena around the ring and out of the ring as well.
Giant swing by a giant.
Watch and listen to this impact.
That's not even an offensive move. That is just monkey butt ugly and effective.
John Cena has been able to do nothing thus far against Henry.
That wasn't even an offensive move. Mark Henry just launched himself into John Cena.
Let me ask you this. Does it seem like John Cena's off his game or out of his game a little bit, that he's playing right into Mark Henry's game?
I agree.
Can't seem to get out of it.
I think Mark Henry got in Cena's head a few weeks ago. Cena hasn't been able to refocus. Sits down in a barricade.
How can he not be off his game? Cena's a huge guy. To be thrown around like that. Cena realizes he's not in the ring with a strong guy. He's in the ring with the strongest man in the world.
And he's in the ring with a man who wants it. Mark Henry desperately wants the WWE title. He's going to do anything for it.
Mark Henry has not let John Cena breathe.
He realizes tonight is the night to cement his legacy, to ensure he'll always be remembered, to become a legend. That's what tonight's about for Mark Henry.
First of all, you have to convince yourself, you have to believe it. Mark Henry believes it now.
And I think John Cena does too, which is why Cena's behind the proverbial 8 ball throughout the first part of this matchup. Cena trying to use his quickness now.
I think Mark Henry believes in himself. He believes in
himself.
Look at this!
Too much!
That's why Mark Henry believes in himself.
Henry flattens Cena. Can he take the title? And Cena manages to get the shoulder up.
I think Cena's starting to realize that AA is out of the question.
Yeah, shades of Monday night, but Cena couldn't deliver the AA. Tonight, he couldn't get Mark Henry off his feet before Henry fell back on Cena.
Remember at WrestleMania, Ryback tried to pick him up on his shoulders. Ryback got crushed, and Mark Henry beat Ryback.
You see you at my feet, boy.
And now the trash talking. How unsettling must it be to have Mark Henry dominate the match and then talk about it?
And how unsettling was it be for John Cena to realize that his best move he is not able to execute.
Mark Henry trying to twist the head off the neck of Cena.
It's as unorthodox as you can see.
Yeah, but that's what
Mark Henry is
all about.
just mugging John Cena.
Mark Henry's never done anything pretty in his 17-year career.
Nice kick.
Unorthodox.
Aggressive strength by John Cena.
John Cena can pretty much go toe-to-toe with anybody.
Well, he's doing that here. John Cena, shoulder tackle. Usually that'll knock a man down. Not that time. Second time, Henry's down now.
Off his feet for the first time.
Yeah, but can Cena capitalize? Can he take advantage? What's Cena gonna do here? Cena, side suplex.
Could barely get him up, but he did. Cena may hurt his back.
He may have. Got him with a 5-knuckle shuffle.
Yeah, but what do you do now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
This is the guy, John Cena, who defeated The Rock in front of 80,000 people, who now is looking at this.
Yeah, but The Rock doesn't weigh 400 plus pounds.
That's
Cena
correct.
going for the AA. Can he get him up there? Not enough. John Cena cannot get Henry up for the AA. It's been established now. And is this enough for the contender and a kick
What do
out?
you do when you go to the well and the well's dry? That's what John Cena's faced with right now.
Look at this. John Cena with everything he had, every ounce of strength, and it was just too much weight.
Get your ass up, boy.
It's not just the weight, it's the distribution of that weight.
Henry.
This is a huge man.
And almost with ease, Henry's able to get Cena up on his shoulder. Look at this. And Cena countered. Great counter by Cena. Cena.
Great counter. Tried to hook that DDT and didn't quite get it all the way in.
Yeah, but Henry went face first, and Cena looks to take advantage. And maybe more importantly, he buys himself some time to regroup.
You see now why John Cena's 11-time champion pulling everything he's got out.
Yeah, there's no quitting Cena. There's no doubt about that as he goes to the AA again. John Cena's got him up. John Cena's got him up. Cena got him. Cena got him. Cena got him. Cena got him. Incredible. Henry kicked out. Henry kicked out of the AA.
I can't believe he got him up.
Now what does Cena do? Now what does the champion do? He won the one mental battle, getting Henry up and delivering the AA, but then Henry kicked out.
Boy, this really has to mess with John Cena's psyche. This has got to screw his mind up right here.
This is a guy who's been in every battle you could possibly be in the last decade.
Look at his look, John.
It's like
it's a bewildered look on the face of Cena.
Yeah, it's like, did that just happen? Did I just deliver my patented attitude adjustment and it had no effect?
Cena can't believe it. And now it's going to be high risk time. Cena realizes he's got to go above and beyond here.
This is where John Cena can make a mistake.
See a Philly WWE man to the background. Cena top rope.
Mistake that could cost him a title.
John Cena caught.
Wow.
250-pound man caught flying off the top rope. Mark Henry pulls it in on the championship. Mark Henry's legacy.
Destiny.
Now a kick out. Cena kicked out. Cena kicked out of the world's strongest slam.
Unbelievable.
John Cena. You got to admire the champ's guts.
Of course you do. He's one of the greatest of all time.
This is incredible.
Watch this catch. And then, watch this plant.
Well, Cena's one of the greatest of all time, as all he's doing is prolonging the inevitable.
Mark Henry, though, can't believe it. Henry trying to regroup. Oh, in anger, just ripped the protective covering off the turnbuckle.
Scott Armstrong trying to get that turnbuckle back on. Watch it, watch it.
Mark Henry's got to be, well, not quite sure what Mark's doing here because Mark Henry's got a pin or get Cena to submit. Can't be disqualified here.
You know what, guys, I don't understand this because if Mark Henry gets disqualified, he can't win the title. What's he thinking here? Is he that desperate?
Referee Scott Armstrong, you hear him telling Mark you can't do it this way. Well, wait. A distraction. Mark Henry exposing the turnbuckle on the other side, and Mark Henry paid for it. John Cena, and now Cena going for the STF. He got him up there.
I can't believe he got it on him.
Submission maneuver.
Oh, it's on, it's on.
The AA didn't work. Will the STF work? John Cena, Mark Henry's plan backfiring.
What's Henry gonna do? Cena will break your leg.
Trying to get.
Look at Henry's leg.
And he gets there. Cena's got a break. It is thunderous in Philly. Cena's got a 5 count.
John Cena's hit him with everything. And he hasn't won yet. What can he do?
He's got to go back on the attack. Mark Henry shoving both Cena and Cena into the official. Oh, look at that! A low blow. A blatant low blow. The official didn't see it. Covered by Henry. Gonna steal the title. Cena stays in it.
He stayed alive.
Official Scott Armstrong never saw the low blow from Mark Henry. But John Cena, perhaps on only instinct, stays alive.
I'm not sure if that was a low blow. It may just have been a kick to the shins. Oh, look at that look.
Mark Henry's a desperate man. He'll do desperate things. He hits this. We have us a new WWE champion.
Back to the world strongest slam. Cena again picks the ankle.
Got him again. It's got him again.
STF time. STF time.
And once again, immediately, Mark Henry starts crawling his way towards that bottom rope.
And now Cena with this. Cena dragging Henry
All I can say is John Cena has quite the warrior. He was completely psyched out in this match. Just kept hanging in there, kept swinging at that big old tree until he knocked it down. What a great victory by John Cena.
There's a reason John Cena is one of the all-time great WWE champions.
You better believe it.
Look at John.
He was in a fight tonight. Mark Henry did everything he could, and John Cena survived.
Even now, John Cena's respecting Mark Henry, wondering if he's coming back.